Pour yourself a cold one and join us for an hour filled to the brim with fun,
Bite your tushy.
entertainment,
Donkey, don't give me that side.
information,
That is heavenly.
and a little weirdness.
Yeah, if you show up to the St. Patty's Day parade just with no green,
We're pinching you.
yeah, we're
Right
coming.
there.
We're coming at you.
With your permission, because we don't want to be sued.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hello and welcome to Happy Hour. I'm DJ Kyle and I'm going to be your host here through this wonderful show, and we have a great lineup for you. We have a furry friends on the show today, which is a dog named Luke. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, our talk of the town, my good friend Kevin Hilly. Always fun to be on the show. And we sit down with Professor Jim Paisley and learn about some famous folks from right here in the state of Missouri. So stay right here. We have a great show of Happy Hour coming your way.
Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our Veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Lori. Serdike Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the polar plunge to festivals, parades, aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Get ready for the best summer ever. Season 10 at Ozarks Amphitheater is packed full of improvements, incredible bands, more improvements, hilarious comedy, and even more improvements. See the full lineup and grab tickets at ozarksamp.com.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Serdike Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Hello and welcome back to Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle, and sitting here next to me, one of my most favorite people. This man knows history and he can just bring it to life. It is Professor Jim Paisley here. How are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and I'm super excited about having you on the show because last time we were talking about the history of Missouri, and now we're going to kind of get into the people of Missouri. So,
and it is fascinating. I mean, some of the people, you sit there and think to yourself, they're from Missouri?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we can do several shows in a row talking about all these interesting people that actually came from Missouri, you know. And we've got one today, Walt Disney.
Walt Disney from Missouri,
Disney,
huh?
Yes, and it's most people don't realize that. It's interesting in that Walt was actually born in Chicago, okay, all the way back in 1901, all right? But he was there just until he was about 4 years old. And his parents said, you know, Chicago isn't the place to be to raise a family and all. And so they packed up and they moved to Missouri.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to Beverly.
Yeah, well, it's
I've
almost
heard
a
that
story
song,
like
but
that, you know.
So they moved to Missouri.
And they moved to Missouri, and of all places, they went to a little farm outside of Marceline, Missouri, okay? And, you know, you sit there and think, what an adjustment for that family to go from Chicago to Marceline, Missouri, because, you know, bear in mind, we're talking, this would have been 1904, 1905.
Yeah.
You know, Marceline, Missouri was... you know, look like the set for Gunsmoke, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah, from the city to there. Now, where is Marceline?
Marceline is up north, the northeastern part, northeast central part of the state. And what's interesting is that the city of Marceline, this little town, this little rural town, it became the model for Main Street for Disneyland.
Yeah.
When you go to Disneyland and they have their little Main Street, it was based off of his childhood memories of being raised in this little small rural town.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really neat.
It is
And
cool.
I've heard bits and pieces of Walt Disney and some of the history. So I'm really excited about diving even more into this.
So, you know, in Marceline, he attended the Park Elementary School, and like I say, this is where he was born and raised, you know. So, I mean, it's here that, you know, he's in a rural setting, so he started drawing pictures of animals. He was into doing artwork and all. And this is where his imagination kind of sprang forth, if you will. Now, after 4 years, they found out, you know, it's hard to make a living on farmland out in the middle of nowhere. And Walt's father fell ill. And in 1911, the family moved to Kansas City. So here again, Walt
Back
Disney,
into a city.
into a city, but he's in Missouri now, in Kansas City. And here, Walt and his brother Roy, they helped their father deliver newspapers. That's what they were doing for a living. Now, he's only 9 years old at the time, but he's bundling up the newspapers and throwing them out in the yards.
Learn that
and
work
all.
ethic there.
Yes, exactly.
You kind of see the life build from, like you said,
Exactly.
like drawing the pictures, and now it's getting the work ethic.
So his experience, you know, he's getting up at 3:30 in the morning, and 7 days a week, he and his brother are out, you know, taking and throwing the newspapers into everybody's yards, okay? Now, his work responsibilities didn't keep him from drawing. He still loved to draw, and that's what he did with all of his free time. And he eventually got into the Kansas City Art Institute. Walt Disney, folks. Now, basically, he would go there for Saturday mornings for classes, and you know, he even got involved in some vaudeville skits and that sort of thing. So he's got that kind of, you know, ability to deal with the public, you know, and
put himself out there.
He's an entertainer, in addition to his skills as an artist. Okay, now he graduated from the Benton School. And soon the family moved back to Chicago. Now, you would think, okay, well, that's the end of the story. But what happened is in 1917, the war breaks out, World War I, okay? And sure enough, he lied about his age and entered the military. Walt Disney, folks. And he joined the military, and he was in the war, in World War I. He headed for France, and his tour of duty lasted for about 9 months, and he drove supply trucks and ambulances.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting thing. Most people would lie to not be able to go, like
Yeah. Now, after the war, he came back, and he said, I don't want to go to Chicago. He said, I want to go back to Missouri. And that's what he did. He got a job in Kansas City with a company called the Kansas City Slide Company. Now, back then, most of the things that you utilized as far as pictures and stuff are the old slides. Some of you old timers out there, you remember the slides, right? Yeah, and so the company was making slides for commercial companies, okay? And he learned from that how to do animation. And he started learning how to turn around. Remember when you were kids, you could take a little tablet of paper and you could put a dot on it and you could make it go, and by flipping through it, it would move, you know? Well, that's basically what he was learning how to do, only doing it with slides. So that's where he got his background in doing animation, all right? And so you can see throughout his whole career, he's learning all these different skills. Well, sure enough, eventually, he took that skill and he created his first popular film, and it was Alice's Wonderland, and it was created in Kansas City, and it featured a girl by the name of Virginia Davis. And this is where he entered the cartoon world. And he went on to make a whole series of these films, and I encourage folks to look these up. They're referred to as Alice's Comedies. That's where he started. And he operated the new company for 1.5 years and had all kinds of good ideas, but he wasn't a very good businessman. He's an artist and an entertainer. Eventually, his staff left because they weren't, you know, making enough money, and Disney declared bankruptcy. He's flat broke. He's lost everything, and that's in 1923, all right? And look where he is today.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Now, the building where Disney first created his first films and operated his first staff is still standing there in Kansas City, okay? Now, the animators who got their start in Kansas City eventually followed Disney to California. And we know what happened then. When he got there, here he dives in and he starts creating he had a studio and started creating all of these different films, okay? He had borrowed $500 from his uncle. That's where he got his start. $500. That's how it started. In 27, Disney created Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Now, the interesting thing is, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was kind of a big hit, but it just wasn't the right character. He just didn't see it that way. And so he hooked up with a distributor to distribute his Lucky Rabbit films, and eventually he and another one of his animators got together and they started working on a new character. And I bet you can't guess who that was.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Exactly,
Here
Mickey
it is.
Mouse, okay? And so they created this new character, Mickey Mouse, and sure enough, they came out with their first animated film, big animated film. It was Steamboat Willie in 1928. Think about that.
Wow.
Almost 100 years ago, okay? And in 1925, he had already changed the name of the company from Disney Brothers Studios, changed it to Walt Disney Studio, as we know it now, okay? Now, the Great Depression, he's still making money. People are loving this stuff, okay? In 1932, he won his first Academy Award, and it was called Flowers and Trees, the film that he did. But in 37, Snow White. Snow White, and gosh, who hasn't seen that? Amazing, right? For the first full-length animated feature film was Snow White. Also in 32, he created this whole Disney style of animation, and this is really what set the entire industry forward with animation and these full-length cartoon movies, okay? Now in 41, we've got the war hits again. And sure enough, what happened is the Army came in and took over his studio because they were producing all kinds of films for the military, training films. And some of you, again, some of you old timers out there like me, you can remember a film called Duck and Cover. It had a turtle, and the turtle's walking down the street and had a music with it, you know, Duck and Cover, and was basically telling citizens what to do if we were ever attacked. You would duck and you'd cover, well, the turtle would crawl back into its shell. But this was a Disney film.
It's a Disney
and
film.
It was distributed everywhere. So even during the war years, he was making good money.
But not
with
as
the films.
popular as Snow White.
No, not quite.
Yeah.
You know, but if you can, get on YouTube and pull up Duck and Cover. You'll get a kick out of it, right? And again, it's an animated cartoon to educate the public. Now, he recovered from the turmoil of the 40s, and from there, the rest was history. Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty. I mean, just unbelievable. And then he even got into regular filmmaking, things like Swiss Family Robinson. Remember that film?
Yeah.
That was one of his. And The Parent Trap.
Yeah.
That was another one. So Disney took advantage of television when it came on the scene. And some of you can remember Sunday nights sitting there watching Walt Disney World, you know, and it had all the different films and cartoons. Just absolutely amazing. He came out with a regular series called Davy Crockett. Some of you might remember that as well. So again, he started, you know, in this whole field, and then he gets this brilliant idea, I'm going to build a theme park. And this is where Disneyland came from, 1955. And like I say, the neat thing about it is Main Street, Marceline, Missouri.
And
that's
all
what
started right here in Missouri.
Started right here in Missouri. So again, it's just absolutely amazing what he was able to do. And somebody interviewed him one time, and he said, more things of importance happened to me in Marceline, Missouri than have happened ever since. Wow. And he just saw that as, that's what set him off on his career.
Yeah, that was his start of his career.
Again, another wonderful Missourian who contributed so much to us.
Marceline, Missouri, a $500 loan and a mouse. You too can own a couple theme parks all around the world.
There you go. It's great, isn't it?
Professor Paisley, thank you so much for coming in today. This is so great, and I'm excited about who we're going to learn about next time. Famous Missourians.
I think we'll talk sports the next time with a fellow by the name of Yogi Berra.
Ooh, sounds good. So make sure you join us next time when we have Professor Paisley on. And until then, we have more Happy Hour coming up right after this.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
The Ozarks Amphitheater is the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, and they are still announcing 2024 COMC Concert Series lineup. You've got to check them out online. They've announced Jamie Johnson, Willie Nelson, Robert Plant, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, and many more. Check them out online, ozarksamp.com.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, it's your pal DJ Kyle. I'm inviting you out to come and see me out in the public. Come on out Sunday nights at Captain Ron's. We're starting up the Senior Heart Out competition. Starts at 6:45. You get signed up at 6 o'clock. Amateurs only, and you must be 18 or older. Monday nights, I'm at the Glory Hole with some music bingo at 7 o'clock. Tuesdays, come see me at Red's Barbecue in Laurie. That's at 6:30 with music bingo. Every Wednesday night, I'm at Alley Cats at 6:30 for trivia. And Thursday nights, you can find me at the Highlander Public House in Camdenton at 6:30 for some trivia. Come on out and see me.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Hi, it's Kevin Hilly. You know, everybody loves music. Well, on today's edition of Kevin Hilly's Talk of the Town, we're going to pick some folks' brains with some fun music questions. Stick around. Name a song with a color in the title.
Oh my gosh. Is this going to be edited? Yellow Submarine.
Yellow Submarine, good one, okay. No help here, no help. She's looking, oh, come on, Brenda. Oh, no, do you want to play?
Yeah, these guys are going to be better.
Okay, I'm going to get you in a second here, all right.
Okay.
She's looking over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Pretty Little Red Corvette.
Okay, there you go. I'm going to talk to you in a second.
I went blind.
Any song with a color in the title.
Is there one called Baby Blue?
Yes, there is. By Badfinger. That's a great song, actually. Do you know that song?
Probably if I heard it.
Dun, 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 dun. No, that's not helping you at all, but okay. That's a great song. What was the first concert you ever went to?
3 Dog Night in Kansas City at the Royal Stadium.
Michael Jackson.
Wow. Where was that?
In Kansas City. He was with Michael Jackson in the 5.
That must have been amazing.
It was, I was young, I don't remember a lot, but yeah.
Steve Miller Band.
Wow. That was a little ways back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. A lot of people don't know what Steve Miller looks like.
Yeah.
Because, you never really saw his picture on the albums or anything like that. So, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, now be honest, what is your singing ability? 1 is terrible, 10 is great.
8.
Nice.
Always been a singer.
Do we dare ask her for a
No.
demonstration? I knew she was going to be afraid. She was going to be afraid.
I'm an alto, so I sing low.
Aren't those the breath mints? Oh, those are altoids.
Oh my gosh, and I have a scratchy throat right now. I'm gonna go solid 3.
3?
Solid 3.
No shame in that.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was fun, huh? Thanks for joining me for this edition of Kevin Hilly's Talk of the Town. Hey, I'll talk to you on the radio Monday through Friday from 5:30 to 10 on 94.3 Cat Country, and also from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 101.9 The Wave. That's another edition of Kevin Hilly's Talk of the Town on Lake TV.
Get ready for the best summer ever. Season 10 at Ozarks Amphitheater is packed full of improvements, incredible bands, more improvements, hilarious comedy, and even more improvements. See the full lineup and grab tickets at ozarksamp.com.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the polar plunge to festivals, parades, aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. We're out here at Ozarks Cat and Canine in the side yard. We've got Mary Meow Me Tilly and Luke today, who is kind of jumpy, but he's super lovey. Tell me about Luke.
So Luke, we estimated to be about 3 years old. We have him listed as a hound mix, and we are leaning toward Beagle and Harrier Hound.
Okay.
But as always, that's just our best guess based on his appearance and his size and all that. Size-wise, he is right at 35 pounds, so little on the small side of medium. Good size, for a lot of people who can't handle those bigger dogs. But then again, he is a bit active.
Yes.
So.
It's true.
Yeah. Luke is a good boy. He loves to play ball. He loves to play fetch. He is great with every other dog that we have put him with, which is always a bonus. I asked the girls about cats, and they said that he's usually, when he's out here in the yard, he's usually too busy playing and running around to even pay attention to the cats that are over there.
Which is probably a good sign.
Probably
Maybe he's
a
just
good
kind of
sign.
indifferent to them.
Yep. Don't know what would happen in the home setting with a kitty, but we would probably, because, a lot of times we bring dogs out here in the side yard and it's right next to our outdoor catio, and we sometimes have dogs that will just stand there and focus on the cats, and they fixate on them, and the fact that he does ignore them, would be a good sign. We'd probably be willing to take a chance on a home with cats for him.
Yeah.
And then as far as kids go, we haven't had him in direct contact with any kids, but Brandy said she would definitely be willing to put him with her kids. And we just feel like he would probably need a meeting with the whole family if you've got youngsters, just, to make sure and see how he does.
Yeah.
But he's friendly, he's a good boy, he's bouncy.
Yeah, he is. He's very sweet.
Yep. I feel like he's going to be
ears.
one of those that you especially if you did have kids, stick them all out in the yard during the day, let them all play, and then they're all going to pass out.
Yeah.
Probably in a big puppy puddle at night. So.
Which is great.
Yeah.
He's an amazing dog. Like, he just loves the pets and loves the treats and playing, and he would make a great family dog.
And he's just another one, he was found as a stray in Eldon. He's another one of those that, he's a good boy, and we just can't figure out how somebody either lost him and didn't reclaim him, or if they did dump him or whatever, we can't imagine what happened that somebody would have purposely wanted to get rid of this boy.
Yeah, he's incredible.
But we see that all the time, unfortunately.
Which is sad, but that's why you guys get to find them a great home in their forever home.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. Yes. So as always, you can apply to adopt Luke at ozarkscatandcanine.com. I highly recommend coming down to the shelter and meeting him. He is a super sweet boy, loves to play, and I think he could potentially be a lap dog once he's got the energy burned off.
Yep.
He has a lot of energy, but that's okay. If you're looking for an active dog, he is perfect. So thanks again, Mary. It's always fun coming out here with you.
Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
That does it for another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, it's your pal DJ Kyle. I'm inviting you out to come and see me out in the public. Come on out Sunday nights at Captain Ron's. We're starting up the Senior Heart Out competition. Starts at 6:45. You get signed up at 6 o'clock. Amateurs only, and you must be 18 or older. Monday nights, I'm at the Glory Hole with some music bingo at 7 o'clock. Tuesdays, come see me at Red's Barbecue in Laurie. That's at 6:30 with music bingo. Every Wednesday night, I'm at Alley Cats at 6:30 for trivia. And Thursday nights, you can find me at the Highlander Public House in Camdenton at 6:30 for some trivia. Come on out and see me.
Get ready for the best summer ever. Season 10 at Ozarks Amphitheater is packed full of improvements, incredible bands, more improvements, hilarious comedy, and even more improvements. See the full lineup and grab tickets at ozarksamp.com.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
The Ozarks Amphitheater is the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, and they are still announcing 2024 COMC Concert Series lineup. You've got to check them out online. They've announced Jamie Johnson, Willie Nelson, Robert Plant, Tom Segura, Burt Kreischer, and many more. Check them out online, ozarksamp.com.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Laurie. Surdak Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
Thank you again so much for tuning in to Happy Hour. It's always fun watching that last segment, our furry friends. Thank you to Megan having that dog named Luke on the show, and hopefully someone will take Luke home and give him a fantastic home. Also want to say thanks to Professor Jim Paisley being on the show. I learned so much about Walt Disney, and of course our Talk of the Town with Kevin Hilly. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for tuning in, and stay locked right here to Lake TV, and we'll see you next time on Happy Hour.